Good day, yogis, and welcome back onto the mat with me for today's 30-minute energizing Hatha flow session. So all you're going to need for your practice today is your mat. Go and grab it and meet me on it. So let's begin bringing our hands into prayer pose. Allow yourself a few moments here, just connecting one palm to the other. Maybe feeling subtle energy or warmth between your palms this morning. Finding yourself in a seated position on your mat with your buttocks propped up on a pillow or bolster if your hips are feeling very tight. So just allow yourself a few moments connecting inward. And then begin to rub your palms together, generating some warmth between your hands. And then drawing that warmth into your heart center. Taking a deep inhale and a deep exhale. A deep inhale, deep exhale. Let's take a third and final big breath in through the nostrils. As you exhale, just gently release your hands down to your knees with your palms facing upward. Just allow yourself a few moments to arrive in your space, bringing your full attention and awareness into your body and to your breath as you deeply inhale and exhale. In today's practice, allow yourself to set an intention, whatever that may be or whatever you're working on. And perhaps that is to be present for this next half an hour. Allow yourself to flow through the movements, riding on the waves of your breath, connecting the breath, the body, and the mind. Creating space now to gently move into our practice. When you're ready, gently flutter your eyes open, coming back into your space. So let us begin our practice now by coming into a hero pose. So shift whatever you were using as you sat with me in a short meditation aside and come into hero pose. Now hero pose is kneeling down with the buttocks pressing down into the heels and the legs are bent. So if this pose is not accessible to you, you can join me in this next little section by just keeping yourself in easy seat. So again, it's not always accessible for anyone, for everyone. If you're suffering from very tight ankles, or have had any issues within your ankles. So for those that can, coming back into hero pose, and then in hero pose, let us just settle the body down onto the feet, taking a few breaths here, sideways for this. So just bringing hands into prayer, just another few breaths, connecting into the heart center. And then as you exhale, drop your hands down towards the mat and gently tuck your toes under, pressing buttocks back down to the heels and allowing yourself to raise up for a toe stretch. So just revitalizing and stretching into the toes for 4 breaths. And dropping the hands down onto the mat, gently tapping the toes, and then dropping buttocks all the way back down onto the heels and rolling back onto the tops of the feet. So taking a few breaths here. 4 breaths, another 3 to go. And exhale, lower the knees down. Coming back into your hero pose, bringing your hands out to the sides of the body. Touch your fingertips down towards the mat. Let's sweep some energy up in between the palms by inhaling and drawing the palms all the way up to meet. And as you exhale, drawing energy down into your heart center. So deep inhale, gaze up towards the palms. Exhale, draw energy back down into heart center. And once more, inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. Lengthen up the rib cage. Exhale, draw hands back into heart center. Inhale, sweep your palms all the way up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, drop one hand down and towards the ground and reach over, flattening the palm, reaching over to the side of your room, allowing yourself to stretch right through the side body. A couple of deep breaths here. And inhale, sweeping the hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale, drop the palm and reach over to the other side. Once more. Beautiful stretch through the side body, gaze underneath the armpit. A couple of breaths here. Inhale, sweep your hands up. As you exhale, bring your hands back into prayer, and we're going to take a twist. So hinging your elbow over to the right side and gazing up towards the back. Elbow, breathing here, both palms pressing against one another, allowing the body to twist over to the right side. Deep breaths. And then as you exhale, allow yourself to come back up, straightening up, deep inhale. And as you exhale, hinging over to the other side, gazing up towards the elbow, a couple of deep breaths here. Exhale, allow yourself to come back up and straighten up the body, gently rolling off the feet and extending your legs forward, just giving them a little shake, having moved some energy through the legs now. Just a couple of shakes here. And then coming back up and over into a wide-legged child's pose. So bringing your knees out to the edges of your mat, your toes to touch. Drop the buttocks down towards the heels. Extend the arms forward and drop your forehead, allowing yourself a moment in extended child's pose. So taking a few deep breaths here, feeling into the body, allowing yourself to settle down here. Oh, bless me, sorry. And once you've settled beautifully into your extended wide-legged child's pose, press your palms into the mat, raise yourself up, step the knees back towards one another, tuck the toes and allow yourself to come into downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, we want our feet to be hip-width distance apart. Begin to paddle your heels here, one at a time. So raising up onto one foot and then drawing heel down and doing this from side to side, almost as though you're cycling out the position. A couple more of those and a couple deep breaths here. And then rolling up onto your toes and all the way back down, heels to ground. Inhale, roll up onto toes. Exhale, roll down. Heels to ground. Last one, inhale, raise up. Exhale, drop down. Gazing towards the hands, just look at the right hand. Bring it onto the left calf and gaze underneath the armpit. Breathing deeply here. A couple of deep breaths. And then swapping the hands over. Left hand now comes over to the right calf, gazing underneath the armpit. A couple of breaths here. And then gently drop the knees. Allow yourself to roll into child's pose. Couple of breaths. Taking a few more breaths in child's pose. Deeply inhaling and exhaling. And then sliding your hands forward, raising yourself up, tucking the toes and drawing yourself up into downward facing dog. Once more, just dropping your heels down towards the ground, raising the hips up high, pressing all four corners of the hands into the mat, gazing forward and beginning to walk the toes very gently all the way up towards the fingers, allowing yourself to dangle here. And allow the head to nod yes and no. Bring the hands onto the elbows and gently rock from side to side. Allow all the strain of the day to pour out from the very base of your spine all the way out through the top of your head. As you exhale, drop your hands back down towards the ground. Slide your hands up onto the shins. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold the head back down towards the ground. Inhale to lengthen, gaze down towards the mat. Exhale, fold down. Last one, inhale, lengthening. And exhale, folding, crown back down to ground. Gently draw your hands up into your waist and roll out one vertebra at a time, coming back into standing. From here, we're going to step to the front of the mat. Going to take 2 rounds of Surya Namaskar, so standing in mountain pose, grounding the feet and the soles down into the mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands into prayer pose. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive down towards the ground. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, step the right leg back, drop the knee. Inhale, sweep your arms up, coming into a lunge. Exhale, drop the hands down towards the mat. Step into plank pose. We're going to take a baby cobra on this first round, so dropping the knees, the chin and chest, flattening the belly down. Baby cobra, zip the toes, raise up the palms, gaze forward. Tuck the toes, press yourself back as though you're going into child's pose, kissing the forehead onto the mat and then raising yourself up into downward facing dog. Couple of deep breaths here. Gaze forward, step your right leg to the top of the mat, drop the knee. Inhale, sweep arms up. Exhale, step both of the feet to the front of the mat. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reverse dive. Exhale, bring your hands back into prayer pose. Let's continue. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive, left side. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, step the left foot back, drop the knee. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, step into plank pose. Drop your knees. Chin and chest. Flatten the belly. Baby cobra. Tuck toes. Press yourself back as though you're going into child's. Kiss the forehead onto the mat and then raise yourself up into a downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here. Gaze forward, step the left foot forward. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, step both of the feet to the front of the mat. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse dive. Exhale, hands into prayer pose. One more round on each side. Let's go. Inhale. Exhale, dive. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step the left foot back, drop the knee. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, step both of the feet back into plank pose. Drop the knees, chin and chest, flatten down into a baby cobra. Tuck toes, press yourself back into child's pose. Raise up into downward facing dog. Step your feet forward if you need. Adjust the position. One more breath. Gaze forward, step the right foot forward, drop the knee. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, step both of the feet to the front of the mat. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reverse dive, sweeping your hands up. Exhale, hands into heart center. Last side, inhale. Exhale, dive. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step the left foot back, drop the knee. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, step back into plank pose. Drop the knees. Chin and chest, flatten down into baby cobra. Tuck toes, roll back, forehead to ground. Raise yourself up into a downward facing dog. Step the feet forward, 2 breaths. Gaze forward, step the left foot forward, drop the knee. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, step both feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse dive. Exhale, hands into prayer pose. Take a moment here. We're going to move into Surya Namaskar A for 4 rounds. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step both of the feet back into plank pose. Chaturanga, so reaching forward, dropping down and up into upward facing dog, rolling over the toes to downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here. You have the option to drop your knees, chin and chest and come into a full cobra. I'll demonstrate that for you on the next round. Another deep inhale. Gaze to the top of your mat. Step or jump both of the feet to the front of the mat. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reverse dive. Exhale, hands into prayer pose. 3 more rounds. Let's go. Inhale. Exhale, dive. Inhale, lengthen the spine, flatten the back. Exhale, step or jump both of the feet back into plank pose. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Rolling over the toes. Downward facing dog. Couple of breaths. Gazing forward, step or jump both of the feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse dive. Exhale, hands to prayer. 2 more rounds. This time, I'll take knees, chin, chest, and full cobra. Inhale. Exhale, dive. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or jump both feet back. Drop the knees. Chin and chest. Flatten down. Baby cobra. Tucking toes, pressing into downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Gazing forward. Step or jump the feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse dive. Exhale, hands to prayer. Last round, feeling nice and energized and warm now. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step the left foot back. Step both feet back. Drop the knees. Chin and chest, flatten down into cobra. Tucking toes, downward facing dog. Couple breaths here. Gaze forward, step or jump, feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse dive. Exhale, hands back into prayer pose. So a beautiful way to energize the body, to get the whole cardiovascular system working, the blood flowing through your body, to generate some warmth and to wake up your entire system. So by doing Surya Namaskar a few times every morning, you allow your body to completely stretch out and to invigorate and energize. So let's continue now. We're back at the front of the mat, standing in mountain pose once more. We're flowing down into a downward facing dog. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And as you exhale, step both of the feet back, coming into a downward facing dog. So a couple of deep breaths here. Once more, finding yourself in downward facing dog, just noticing sensations within your body. Inhale to raise up the right leg. And as you exhale, step that right foot forward, drop the back knee. So bring both of the feet, or shall I say, walk your foot out to the outer edge of your mat. Flatten your back foot. Both of your hands are now in front of that right front foot. So we're walking the left hand into the middle of the mat. Right hand sweeps up into a twisted lunge. Allow yourself a few deep breaths here, stacking shoulder over shoulder, gazing up to the top palm. One more deep breath here. And as you exhale, and if you'd like to take it further, sweeping the right hand back to grab hold of the right foot and gazing over the shoulder. So taking a quad stretch here. Deep breaths. Exhale, gently lower the knee, and then we're going to tuck that back toe and slowly press up and back into a downward facing dog, adjusting the body, taking a moment here. Couple of deep breaths. Inhale to raise up the left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, step that left foot forward, drop the knee, flatten the back foot. Send the foot out to the side of your mat. Both hands are now in the inner side of the mat. Right hand steps to the middle of the mat. Left hand sweeps up. Couple of big breaths here. Twisted lunge. And then as you exhale, sweep the hand back to grab the top of the foot and breathe here. Quad stretch. If you can't connect, just set intention. Just draw the hand and the foot back towards one another. One more deep breath. And as you exhale, gently replace the foot. Step the foot back into the middle. Raise up off the back knee. Step into downward facing dog. Inhale to raise up your right leg once more. Exhale, step that right foot forward. Drop the back knee. We're going to reverse into a half split. So, raising up the toes of that extended right leg, walking your hands back and underneath the shoulders. Inhale to gaze forward towards the toes. Exhale to flatten palms and drop the forehead. If this is a very intense stretch for you, just remain on your fingertips or grab hold of a couple of blocks. Couple deep breaths here. And then as you exhale, gently roll forward, tuck your back toes, press yourself back into downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here. Inhale to raise up the left leg, and as you exhale, step it forward, drop the back knee, and once more we're rolling back into a half split. So sending the toes up towards the ceiling, walking your hands back so they're stacked underneath the shoulders. Inhale to gaze at the toes. Exhale to flatten down and hold. Breathe deeply here and lovely stretch into the hamstrings. Feeling into the stretch, one more breath. As you exhale, roll back forward, tuck the back toes, press yourself back into a downward facing dog. One more deep breath here. And then as you exhale, send your knees out to the outer edges. Bring your toes to touch. Take an extended child's pose. Draw up your head back down towards the ground. Couple of breaths. Taking your right hand and threading it underneath the left armpit, gazing underneath the armpit, sending that right shoulder down towards the ground. A gentle baby threaded needle here. Breathing into the back body, expanding through the chest. As you exhale, extend your hands forward, drop your forehead. Take another few deep breaths. And then left arm threading underneath the right armpit. Drop the forehead. Drop that right shoulder down to the ground. And then once more, breathe into that upper back body. Just feeling into the stretch. And exhale, send both of the palms forward, drop the forehead one last time. Couple of big breaths here. Press the palms into the mat, gently draw yourself forward and onto the belly. So dropping down onto your belly, bringing one hand on top of the other. Rest the forehead for a moment and just gently take a few cleansing breaths here. Softening down into the ground. We're going to move into a locust pose. So sweeping the hands to the back body, interlacing the fingers, taking an inhale, and as you exhale, drawing the body up. Toes are zipped, gaze forward, 4 breaths here. And slowly allow yourself to drop down. A couple more deep breaths. We're going to move now into Bowel Pose. So sweeping your right hand back to grab hold of your left ankle, your left hand back to grab hold of the left. Draw your knees together. Taking a deep inhale here. And as you exhale, draw yourself up. Gazing forward. Knees are off the floor. Breathing. Exhale, drop the feet. Bring the hands back, take a little rest. A few more deep breaths here. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, and gently press yourself back as though you're going into child's. Kiss the forehead down onto the mat. Just take a counter pose to the 2 back bends. Gently raise yourself up and come into a seated posture, extending your legs forward. We're going to take Lord of the Fishes. It's a twisting stretch. We're taking the right foot over the left thigh, planting that right foot down into the ground. Left foot sweeps aside towards the right buttock, so it is away from the buttock, so both of the sit bones are still down on the ground. Lengthen up here through the spine, take a deep breath. And as you exhale, we are twisting over now to the right hand side, gazing over the shoulder, a few big breaths. And as you exhale, gently roll out, send both of your feet forward, give them a shake. Let's go to the other side. So left foot over the right thigh, right foot sweeps along and rests here between or outside of the left thigh. Both of your sit bones are pressed down into the mat. Take a deep breath, inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, twist over to the left side, gazing now to the back of your room, over that left shoulder. A couple of big breaths here. Lovely twist through the spine, a beautiful posture for digestion. Take a few more deep breaths here. And as you exhale, gently fold out, send your legs forward, give them a shake, and then gently roll down onto the back body. Draw your arms up overhead. Hug your knees into your chest. Gently rock from side to side. And then sending the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling, grabbing hold of the outer edges, inner edges or toes, coming into happy baby, allowing yourself the last few deep breaths here. Tuck your chin slightly in towards your chest. Just breathe here. This beautiful, invigorating 30-minute flow. Just perfect for you to get your day started when you don't have a lot of time to do a full hour session. So feeling into the body. Feeling that you've done some movement and some work in your body today, having connected your breath to your movement. And then as you exhale, you can join the soles of the feet to touch, drop the legs down into a reclined butterfly. So just shifting your hips here from one side to the other, drawing your arms up overhead, allowing them to settle above your head for a few moments. Just soften into your body, really feeling your body having done some beautiful work this morning or this afternoon, whenever you're watching this. As you exhale, send your feet down to the bottom of the mat. Gently come into Shavasana, allowing your body to settle down now onto the ground for a few more deep breaths. Beginning with the toes, the soles of your feet, your ankles. Scan for any tension, and then let go and relax. Moving up now through the shins and calves into the knees. Searching for tension as you let go and relax. Bringing awareness through the thighs, into the hips, into the belly. Softening the buttocks, the lower back. Letting go. Soften the shoulders. Soften the chest. Soften the muscles around the mouth and the eyes. Allow your whole body to sink down into the ground beneath you. Relax. Bring your awareness into the area between the eyebrows, moving all the way to the top of your head and then finally to the back where it's resting. Allow yourself to gently relax here. Take a last scan through your body. Letting go and relaxing. And you can bring your awareness now gently back to your breath. Beginning to wriggle your toes and your fingers. Drawing the tip of your thumb across the tips of your fingers, allowing your head to roll over from one side to the other. Drawing your arms up overhead. Before rolling onto either your right or your left side, as you slowly and gently come back up into an easy seat. Coming into easy seat one last time. Bringing your hands back into prayer pose. Gently begin to rub your palms together, generating some warmth. And then drawing that warmth back into your heart center. Take a deep inhale through your nose. And as you exhale, bow your nose down to the very tips of your fingers. Taking a moment to acknowledge yourself and all those around you. Namaste. Wishing you a truly beautiful day further.